Hello, Yankees Nation. Welcome back to your go-to channel, the New York Yankees News Network, where true Bronx Bomber fans like you get the freshest, most in-depth updates, analysis, and breakdowns. Today, we've got a jam-packed video loaded with crucial updates that dropped just a few hours ago. From heartbreaking losses, possible trade deadline targets, to a mysterious offensive collapse that's got everyone scratching their heads, we've got it all covered. So, if you're a die-hard Yankees supporter, the kind who bleeds navy blue, you definitely don't want to miss a single second of today's breakdown. And yes, before we kick things off, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like this video and subscribe with that notification bell on so you stay in the loop with all things Yankees. Now let's get into the heat of the action, starting with our first major update. Update 1. Yankees crumble again, despite homers. A costly error seals 6th straight loss. If you're wondering whether rock bottom has a basement, the New York Yankees may have just found it. In what felt like déjà vu for fans watching with weary eyes, the Yankees suffered yet another gut-wrenching defeat. This time, a 3-2 loss against the Los Angeles Angels, marking their 6th straight loss, the team's longest skid since the painful 9-game collapse back in 2023. What makes this loss particularly frustrating isn't just the scoreboard, it's the context. They were up, briefly. They homered, twice. Jazz Chisholm Jr. broke the 30-inning scoreless streak, launching a deep shot that just barely stayed fair. A blast that felt like the Bronx had finally exhaled. Then, just 2 innings later, Cody Bellinger sent another one out, and for a moment, a fragile moment, the Yankees held a lead for the first time in a week. But baseball has a cruel sense of humor. Joe Adell tied it with a home run of his own. Then came the 8th inning. With Fernando Cruz walking the bases loaded, the bullpen looked shaky, but still manageable. That is, until Anthony Volpe, the same Anthony Volpe who won the American League Gold Glove in 2023, bobbled a potential double play ball and then sailed an errant throw to second, handing the Angels the lead on a silver platter. One miscue, one moment, one more painful chapter in this horror stretch. Even the opportunities felt cursed. In the bottom of the 8th, the Angels reliever Ryan Zefferjon was completely off. A walk, a hit batter, a rally was brewing. But Trent Grisham's bunt turned into a meek foul out. Aaron Judge connected well but flew out. Bellinger fouled out. The Bronx crowd groaned in frustration. Opportunity missed. Again. In the 9th, Paul Goldschmidt reached base on an error, giving one last flicker of hope. But Kenley Jansen came in with veteran poise and struck out Volpe to end it. Yankees lose, series lost, and fans left cold. Again. Carlos Rodon is set to pitch the next game in a desperate attempt to avoid a soul-crushing 4-game sweep at home. It's not just about winning anymore, it's about pride. The offense is flat, the defense is shaky, and the frustration, it's boiling over in the Bronx. Update 2. Could Eugenio Suárez be the spark the Yankees desperately need? If there's one thing clear after this brutal losing stretch, it's this. The Yankees need help, and they need it fast. After yesterday's loss to the Angels, the Yankees' record slipped to 42 wins and 31 losses. That's not terrible, and yes, they're still holding ground in the competitive American League East. But momentum? Gone. Offense missing, confidence hanging by a thread. And that brings us to the latest buzz around the Yankees front office. The name Eugenio Suárez. Suárez might just be the answer to a question that's been echoing across Yankee Stadium lately. Who's going to fix this offense? Here's why Suárez is drawing serious attention from the Yankees brass. He's not just a power bat. He's versatile, defensively solid, and carries with him a history of coming up clutch in pressure situations. The Yankees lineup, once considered a wrecking crew, has looked lost in June. Adding a veteran like Suárez could be just the adrenaline shot this team needs. Let's talk numbers. Not just stats, but impact. Suárez is a player who commands respect at the plate. He can play third base, second base, even slot in as a designated hitter if needed. With Giancarlo Stanton still battling those double tennis elbow issues, Suárez brings flexibility and firepower. But it's not just about hitting, it's about leadership. Something Suárez has in spades. This team right now feels heavy. The body language is off. Aaron Boone looks like a man searching for a pulse in his dugout. Bringing in Suárez could light a fire, not just in the lineup, but in the clubhouse. And timing matters. The MLB trade deadline is just over a month away, and Brian Cashman is reportedly deep in talks across the league. Suárez isn't the only name being floated, but he's one of the most intriguing. The Yankees don't just need a bat. They need an attitude adjustment. And Suárez plays with grit, swagger, and a bit of that old-school Bronx toughness. There's also the wild card, his influence on the younger guys. Imagine Suárez mentoring Anthony Volpe through a slump or pushing Ben Rice to level up behind the plate. It's not about replacing stars. It's about rounding out the roster with energy and experience. Of course, nothing is official yet. But Yankees insiders are saying this isn't just smoke. It's real, active interest. If the Yankees are serious about chasing a World Series and not just limping into October, this kind of mid-season acquisition could change the entire narrative. Because in the Bronx, it's never just about playing baseball. It's about legacy, headlines, and championship banners. So the question isn't whether the Yankees should trade for Eugenio Suárez. It's whether they can afford not to. Update 3. Torpedo Bats? More like Nerf guns. Yankees offense has gone missing in June. Remember opening week? Yankees bats were lighting up scoreboards like fireworks. Fans, analysts, and haters alike were all saying the same thing. This team might be unstoppable. The Yankees were mashing home runs at a historic clip, 9 in a single game. And folks were even joking that the team's bats must have been engineered in some underground lab at MIT. Well, where's that tech now? Because over the last week, this offense hasn't just been cold, it's been frozen solid. Let's break it down. Prior to Jazz Chisholm Jr.'s solo blast in Game 1 of the Angels series, the Yankees had gone a mind-boggling 30 consecutive innings without scoring a single run. That's not just bad. It's historically awful. In fact, it marked the 6th longest scoreless streak in franchise history. What's happened? For one, the bats that once looked like weapons of mass destruction now resemble foam props from a high school theater production. Giancarlo Stanton, just back from injury and dealing with bilateral elbow inflammation, commonly referred to as tennis elbow in both arms, hasn't found his rhythm. Aaron Judge, while still a powerhouse, can't carry this entire lineup on his back every night. And then there's the weather. It's June in New York, and instead of sunshine and slugfests, it's been rain clouds, gray skies, and damp spirits. Maybe it's superstition, maybe it's atmosphere, but history shows the Yankees always seem to dip in form during June. And here we are again. Look, no one's slamming the panic button. Yet. This is still a team with one of the best overall records in Major League Baseball. But what's worrying isn't just the box scores. It's the energy. The dugout looks deflated. The approach at the plate seems aimless. Situational hitting? Non-existent. Runners in scoring position? Might as well be runners in outer space. No one's bringing them home. It's clear that Brian Cashman and the Yankees front office can't wait and hope anymore. The Torpedo Bats aren't doing what they're supposed to. And while some of that may be slumps, fatigue, or mechanical breakdowns, the solution can't be internal alone. The trade deadline looms, and if there's no spark soon, you can bet serious roster decisions are coming. Because Yankee Stadium doesn't tolerate mediocrity. Not from its players, not from its managers, and definitely not from its bats. And that's a wrap on today's power-packed update from the New York Yankees News Network, your #1 source for everything Bronx Bombers. If you found today's update insightful, entertaining, or just downright honest, smash that like button, drop a comment with your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a single pitch, trade, or controversy. Until next time, this is the New York Yankees News Network signing off. Let's go, Yankees!